What's good? It's your boy Ben, and I'm back with another video. And I'm just talking about life in general. And I talk about various different things on this channel. But my topic of discussion on this video is about people that have jobs are feeling hopeless, and people that want jobs are feeling hopeless. And it's a catch-22, and it's a flip side to this whole discussion. So the reason why I say people with jobs are feeling hopeless is for the simple fact that you very well could have been there for a long period of time, and you are at a point where you just feel like you're stagnant, or the environment is changing. I don't care if you were in like retail. I don't care if you're in a corporate setting or a warehouse setting or factory setting. You feel like you just want more. You definitely want to be in a different position, or you want to have a better pay, right? And you just feel stuck. And it's to the point where one might say, hey, like, go back to school, or sharpen your skills or whatever. But if you've been there for a long time, or and you're at that point, like you like 40 and up. I mean school is definitely an option, but you definitely have to be in that space to actually want to learn these new things that you have to learn to get ahead, right? And then on the flip side of the coin, people that don't have jobs, they're yearning to work, and whether you fresh out of like college, you got this degree and you done spent all this money to essentially work for somebody else, depending on what field you're in, whether it be the medical field, or if you're doing anything in computer science, or you're doing something in hospitality, business management, list goes on and on. And y'all guys are having the hardest time getting jobs as well. And I could definitely understand, because I'm working with people from all walks of life, and they're telling me, I'm talking about young and old, they're telling me that friends and family members are struggling to get like good paying jobs, or something that's like in the field, or in for the profession that they went to school for. And it's crazy. And even with AI essentially almost just kind of like monitoring like what you have on your resume, that's like a catch-22, because in some cases, man, you very well maybe like overqualified, and you like, man, like, it's like all these obstacles and all these various different things is not helping me get a job. I did the right thing. I went to school, sharpened my skills, or whatever the situation, went through a program, or whatever the situation is, and you can't find a job. And it's frustrating. And even if you've been at a job, and you considering like go back to school, man, or exploring other opportunities, the competition is fierce for the simple fact that people are filling these various different positions, right? And man, it's like a a vicious cycle, and you just wondering, man, what's the next move? And the only other thing I could probably think of is either potentially like exploring entrepreneurship, right? And I'm gonna tell you a quick story. I had a good friend of mine. He was working at my current place, right? And you know, he actually went on to like a company. It was like a small startup, right? And this gentleman, man, he learned a program. It's essentially like a program for like mortgage companies or whatever. I forget the name of it. The name escapes me, but he learned the ins and outs, new family and everything, right? And this guy is making money hand over fist. And the thing about it was, he's his own boss now. And the program that he learned is in such high demand where he really can't even keep up, right? But sometimes it just kind of go to show you that, meantime, in between time, you might have to create your own job, right? You might have to create your own job. And you might say, hey man, it's easy to say that, but meantime, in between time, while you looking for those jobs, man, just try to home in on something that that you're potentially good at. You might have to get back to the basics, man. If you really good with resume writing or whatever, you may have to implement some AI into that skill set. You may have to just take a little bit of time, and home in on learning how to do AI. I'm just throwing something out there, but I'm not sure if it's just that easy, but I'm just saying. And even myself, I'm at the forefront of this whole AI thing, man. And myself, I definitely got to start implementing it more in what I do. So, but leave a comment below if you've been facing this type of struggle, and like what are you doing to kind of like combat this, or if you feel like you stuck and you been at your 9-to-5 for a long period of time and you feeling like, man, it got to be something else. But the only thing about, man, when you leaving your original 9-to-5, and I highly recommend this, make your next move your best move. All right, y'all, I appreciate y'all hearing what I got to say, man. If y'all like this type of content, man, subscribe. If you don't, it's okay. I appreciate the view. If you have somebody that's going through this situation right here, send this video to them, and hopefully that'll give them a little bit of motivation that to kind of push through. All right, y'all, I appreciate y'all listening to what I gotta say, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.